Sussex paedophile priest Gordon Rideout could have been jailed 12 years ago if crucial documents from the Royal Military Police had been discovered sooner. Rideout from Eastbourne was jailed for 10 years last week for sexual assaults on boys and girls dating back to the 1960s and 70s.
Well, BBC South East has learned that another victim came forward in 2001, but police were unable to prosecute at the time because manuscripts from a previous trial back in 1972, when he was a military padre, couldn't be found. Rebecca Williams reports.
Her father was a helicopter instructor in the army. When Inga was just 8, the family moved to Middle Wallop, a military base in Hampshire. Whilst there, she joined the church choir. But for decades she kept hidden that she was sexually abused by the padre Gordon Rideout. That was until she gave evidence against him in court.
I'd gone into his office during choir practice, and he had asked me to sit on his lap to read the lesson, which I did because he was a family friend as well as, you know, the padre, and that was when the abuse took place.
And Inga wasn't the only child abused by Rideout. Last week, the former Church of England priest was sentenced to 10 years for 34 indecent assaults and 2 attempted rapes against children in both Sussex and Hampshire.
Before the abuse, the church was somewhere that you went to, that you felt safe, that you felt secure. You could bring your problems to the church. Now, I would never do that. I just distrust anybody.
And there were several missed opportunities in bringing Rideout to justice. In 1972, 3 children at Middle Wallop came forward saying they'd been abused by him. Rideout was tried by court-martial, but was acquitted. And it's possible that he could have been brought to trial more than 10 years earlier. In 2001, a new victim came forward. Sussex police asked the military police for documents relating to Rideout's court-martial, but they couldn't be found and didn't turn up until 8 years later.
There was an unfortunate issue with the wrong information coming back from the RMP in terms of records that they had. They were told that they had not been retained from the acquittal process back in '72, when in fact, clearly we now know that those records were obviously sitting somewhere and we now have had access to those.
The Ministry of Defence say information regarding the court-martial was sent to Crawley Police in the 1970s. They've confirmed that when the police requested documents in 2002, they couldn't be found. But we understand that 8 years later, they turned up on an archiving device known as a microfiche at the MOD. Inga believes Rideout should have been brought to justice several years ago. And now that he's been found guilty, she hopes he'll be stripped of his title. Rebecca Williams, BBC South East Today.